Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. Today's video is going to be a best class setup on the Spitfire SMG because SMGs traditionally are kind of weak in this game, but this thing with this class setup, it's an absolute machine. It's the shredder. This gun is insane. I really do actually like it, especially on a map like this. I believe this map's called Frequency. I'm always terrible with the map names. I just know when I see something I like, oh, I like this map or I don't like this map, but I think this one's called Frequency. And it has a lot of tight corners, especially in FFA, and that's where I go to absolutely punish with this Spitfire. So if you guys could drop a like, let's go for 1,500 likes. You guys have been absolutely crushing it. The support has been amazing, so smash that like button. This is the first upload of the day, and you know, I've been doing the second uploads a little bit later, but that was of course because it was the weekend. But I'm still doing multiple videos a day. Drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new on that road for 900k and hopefully onto the road for 1 million, and let's talk about it. So the Spitfire SMG, this is basically the Vesper, okay? Some people might say it's the Vesper from Black Ops 3. I've seen other people compare it to the Scorpion from BO2. For me, it's the Vesper. I mean, it's pretty much identical to the Vesper, and I use the Vesper so much in Black Ops 3. It's probably my favorite gun overall, if you guys remember from Black Ops 3. So I do like this video traditionally, or not this video, this gun traditionally. I think it's a great gun. So you'd think, okay, Vesper class setup, right? If I throw back into my mindset when I was using the Vesper, it was slap on a, I think it was fast mags, extended mags, and a grip, right? You always want a grip. So that was what I was thinking with my mindset going into this gun. You know, these guns shoot super duper fast, but have very high recoil, so I'm going to look for a grip. And to my surprise, because this game, it throws you a curveball every once in a while, or a lot of the time with the class setups, there's no grip. There's no grip available on this gun, which has insanely high recoil. And by the way, for getting headshots for this gun, it's kind of easy just because they kick up to the head, I find. A lot of people seem to think it's hard, but maybe you just let it kick up to the head. That's how I think you can get headshots with this gun and try to complete that. But yeah, there's no grip. So I'm like, okay, grip won't work for the class setup, so I'm going to have to revamp the setup. And what I go with is a more hipfire sort of central one. I can still aim down sights, but I can hipfire as well when I do get into trouble, which will happen sometimes in this game if you're calling in a streak, if you're healing, or different stuff like that. So let's get into the class stuff. First off, you're going to have 34 bullets in this. I don't know why it's not 35. Seems like a weird, unique number, but I have to run as my first attachment as fast mags, because you basically either have to run fast mags or extended. I like fast mags, and I just pretty much do a fast reload after every kill. You have to reload, but with the fast mags, the reload time is pretty much instant, so that's why you pretty much have to run that. Like, you need either fast mags or extended, and I would strongly suggest fast mags, especially in free-for-all, which is what I was playing. But you know, for even for Dom or whatever, I've been using this class setup and using fast mags. Now, as far as my next attachments here, basically for options on this one, I could go with quick draw, I could go with stock, but still aiming down sights with this thing, while it's great at close range, it just doesn't have, without grip, it just doesn't work too well. So for my next attachments, I go with laser sight 1 and then laser sight 2. I double up into the hipfire, and I still don't hipfire every kill or anything like that, but it definitely, you want to start off your kills by shooting them with hipfire and then transition into aim down sights, because your aim down sight time is actually super duper fast on this gun, even without quick draw. So that's what it is, laser sight 1 and laser sight 2. Of course, you guys know what laser sight does. It makes your hipfire a lot better, but then laser sight 2 makes it so there's absolutely no penalty on hipfire while moving around, which I think is a major key with this setup. So that's what I go with as far as attachments. As far as a sight, on most guns I use like red dots or elos, but on this gun you just don't need it. You're gonna be hipfiring a lot, and just I kind of like the sights anyway, to be honest. I mean, they're not the best, but this is a close range gun. You don't really have to worry about that, right? Next is the gear. Now with this one, I usually run acoustic sensor, and the reason why I run acoustic sensor is because it was free for all. But with this class setup, the cool thing about this one is for those stem shot fans, or stim shot. I know there's a bunch of fans. Me personally, I like acoustic better because I just feel naked without stim shot. I feel like acoustic is so strong at this point in the game. But for those of you that like stim shot, this is the setup to go. People have been asking me, you know, what's a more rush setup, class setup in this game, because even though that's not the best playstyle for this game, what is one, and I'll be doing a best rushing class you know, soon, but this class setup does well. And if you go with stim shot, the very cool thing about this is I say I'm gonna leave it up to personal preference if you want acoustic or stim shot. I rock acoustic because that's how I feel like it's the best for like TDM or free-for-all, but maybe in Dom you'd want to run Stim Shot. And the reason why Stim Shot is so good, because you can heal so quickly, and you can also shoot while healing, but of course you're going to be healing with your left hand, shooting with your right hand, so you're going to be basically hip firing, and hip fire 1 or laser sight 1 and 2 mixed with Stim Shot. You can sort of heal and juice yourself up while spraying them down, and it's sort of a wicked combo that can work with the hip fire on this gun. Laser sight 1 and 2 is definitely the way to go on this gun as a machine, and you want to play it close quarters. You know, I see 30-1 free-for-all right there, and this next free-for-all I go 30-1 as well. You know, playing on a game mode and a map where it's going to be close quarters. On free-for-all, I can patrol an area, and on Seaside or Frequency, pretty much every map in free-for-all, most maps, you can force the engagements to be close range, and that's where this gun definitely shines. Do I think this gun needs a buff? Maybe a little bit less recoil would be nice, or to add a grip. I don't know why they wouldn't throw in grip as an attachment, but I guess this is how they wanted this gun to be played, as a hipfire machine, and that's what I'm doing. So gear, definitely up to what game mode you're playing, whether you go with acoustic or Stim Shot. Now we get into the attachments with this thing. First attachment, I'm gonna rock with tack mask. Reason why I go with tack mask on this thing is because I really do like it. I think tack mask is the way to go in a domination setting. Of course, when I'm playing free for all, I think I just run scavenger, but as far as an overall setup, you're probably going to want to go with tack mask on this. You will run out of ammo fast, but that's why I use the crash specialist. So if you're running crash specialist, go with tack mask. If you are running something different like a recon, like, you know, when I'm playing free for all, obviously I want to run recon because it gives you huge advantages. I run with, I believe, scavenger. So if you want to go on high streaks with this thing, scavenger is the way to go, because of course you're going to run out of ammo, either scavenger or crash. But if you really don't care, tack mask helps you with that rushing, and whenever they use seeker cars at you or try to stun you or different stuff like that, you can easily outplay them because of that tack mask. Perk 2. Now, a lot of people may be wondering, is this the time to pull out dexterity for perk 2? Which it definitely could be. Dexterity could work on this gun, but because laser sight already eliminates the punishment for moving around while hip firing, dexterity would eliminate that for aiming down sights, but you already have that. So if you're jump shotted, if you're doing stuff like that, keep on that hip fire, you won't get punished, and you can do well with that. So as perk 2, I run with the Gung Ho, and the reason why is Gung Ho works great with quick draw traditionally, right? You get your gun up faster out of a sprint, but with this gun, it really does feel like it has quick draw built in. Like, I'm not gonna lie, to aim down sights, it is an SMG, and I'm used to ARs and, you know, slower pace guns. This gun aimed down sight so fast, and even with the laser sight, Gung Ho, getting your gun up fast out of sprint, you don't even have to be aiming down sights. You come up out of sprint, your gun comes up fast, you start off with that hip fire, and then transition to ADS if the gunfight is taking longer, but that's definitely the way to go. And then perk 3, I run dead silence in free-for-all, and playing tight corners, playing in tight corridor areas. Dead silence is pretty much needed, especially since acoustic, you need dead silence to counter acoustic and to counter people listening on their headphones, and sound and footsteps are, I guess, kind of easy to hear in this game. It's especially if they're running dead silence or acoustic, or even just one of those two, it is pretty easy to hear people. So that's why I run dead silence. Now, I know a lot of people are going to ask me about the operator mod and what I think about the operator mod Wildfire, and I do have it. I have this gun maxed out. It's been double XP weekend, so I've been grinding, playing a lot with this gun. But what I think of the operator mod is I threw it on, and I checked out the operator mod, and I went with basically it's Wildfire, right? So it makes your gun fire at an uncontrollable rate of fire, and I put that on with laser sight. It's literally completely uncontrollable. The fire rate is just too darn fast that unless they're right next to you and you're hip firing, you literally couldn't even aim down sights if they're like 10, 20 feet away. And I think that Wildfire is just too insane. This gun already kills people in an instant, you know, one of the faster killing guns in the whole entire game when they're up close. And I just feel like because of that, you don't really need to do Wildfire, and it kind of is just over the top or overkill. And it's sort of my same mentality with the Swordfish, because the Swordfish operator mod probably is better than this one, because with operator mods, it just costs so much. It costs 3 points to put them on, 1 to get the operator mod wildcard, and then 2 to equip it. And it sort of just screws up the flow of your whole class setup. You either have to give up a lot of attachments to just rock with that operator mod and 1 attachment, or give up a lot of perks. And I'm just not willing to do that. At least I haven't found an operator mod worthy yet that I think, you know, Pentaburst is probably one of the better operator mods in the game. I think the Augur also has a good one, which I'm going to test out. But I think that the Spitfire, it's just too insane, and wildfire is just not needed. This gun already, I mean, just look how fast I'm killing people. You don't need an increased fire rate on a gun that probably already has, I mean, I don't know the official statistics, but probably this or the Cordite already has pretty much the fastest fire rates I can think of in the game. This thing is an absolute beast, and how you want to play it is you have to play it in close quarters. Like on this map, Seaside, I can't run through that middle area. There's no chance of me picking a guy off a head glitch. But if I play this close quarters and control an area, you can see there I catch the guy out in the open, and sure, I get the kill, but that's because I'm holding down hard on my right thumbstick. I'm holding down, sort of pulling the recoil down, which is a talent in itself, and you know, something for another video probably. But that's something that worked in Black Ops 3. It still works in this game, but it does take some practice. Anyway, that's my Spitfire class setup. Drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, smack that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great night. I'm out. Peace.